Good afternoon, everyone. This is Jared Rand, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation for Saturday, March 12th, 2022, a little after 3 p.m. Eastern. How many of us seek peace for ourselves and not knowing that inner peace is available right now, and not have to wait another moment to discover deep, sweet inner peace? And simply surrendering to the most relaxed, open, and vulnerable parts of you. Surrender means simply letting go of everything you think is real. That's a little scary for some people. Letting go of everything that you think is real. And not to worry if you don't know how to do it perfectly yet. The pain and tension in our bodies will let us know that we're still holding on. So it goes to really listening to your body. It knows where your next growth point is in the divine field of ultimate relaxation. The greatest secret of them all is remembering, each of us remembering, that deep, 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 down inside the very core of the essence is always at ease. Always. So today is our day to live fully in this wild and crazy world and find the essence of peace within us. Now picture you learn how to shine your light like the sun. And visualize that. That just like the sun on this planet in the solar system. Even after all this time, the sun never says to the earth, "You owe me." Look what happens with a love like that. It lights up the whole sky. Happens. Maybe some of us have taken the time to watch the sunrise or sunset. And there are certain meditations where you go through a kind of a shaking meditation, shaking your body, and bouncing at the knees, slow or fast, as you want, while looking into the sun is such an amazing release. What was expected in this experience that some people have had was the level of deep appreciation that you feel for the sun. You realize that the warmth, light, and life that it continuously brings to all of us on this planet is incredible. You can feel the sun as if it were an alive being who had an immense heart overflowing with love for everyone on the planet. You feel how the sun would never stop radiating its love towards us, no matter what we did, and would give us warmth up until our very last breath of life. The sun has devoted its existence to giving us all life. Because we all know if there was no sun, do you think we would be in these bodies? No. Do you think anything would grow on the surface of this planet? No. There's no greater love than this, even if we don't give anything back or appreciate the light, warmth, and life we receive from the sun. It will still continue to give. Even if we ignore the sun or curse it for burning us, blinding us, or not being there when we need it, it still continues to give. It's an unending love, which we may take for granted, thinking, of course, it's just doing its job. And it must rise at the horizon tomorrow morning. It's true. No matter what we say or do, the sun won't hesitate to be there exactly on time. There is nothing we can do to stop this amazing light from persistently shining on it. Now, you may feel, some people have discovered that and view this, that the sun is one of our greatest teachers in this life. Every moment it's showing us what deep eternal love is like. It's demonstrating how to be this amazing light. feel it inside us, share it with everyone in the world. It's showing us how to not discriminate who we give our light to, no matter what religion, sex, or country they are from. The sun is the best example as to how to stop hiding our brilliance and just let our inner light shine. It's teaching us through its example how to find this deep, eternal love source of deep, eternal loving energy inside ourselves, and to stop looking for it in the outer world. It is telling us that our light is already on inside us, that it's already radiating all around us, and we can relax and bathe in it at any time. The sun never has to give warmth or light to itself because it knows that it already is the source of light. On a deeper spiritual level, each one of us has a natural infinite radiance inside us that's even brighter than the sun. And yes, this brilliant light shines on its own accord no matter what we do. The only thing hiding it from our sight is the inner clouds of self-doubt, negativity, and fear. Whenever you believe in a negative thought about yourself, you are forming a dark rain cloud that will stop your inner light from shining through. Of course, it's all temporary and all an illusion inside the mind, yet you can choose not to play this game. The secret is to be so vigilantly aware whenever a potential cloud may be beginning to form. And in that instant, you recognize your dreary thinking habit and notice where it came from and refocus your attention back on the heartwarming energy from your inner sun. We can easily forgive a child who is afraid of the dark. The real tragedy of life is when men are afraid of the light. Plato. When you feel that you've been lost in some inner fog for years and haven't the slightest clue where your inner sun might be, take the time right now to look inside at why you're still choosing to remain in this fog. What is the payoff you're getting for not letting your light shine? You can choose a different experience. Whenever we get into the habit of not deeply enjoying every moment of our lives, we have simply forgotten how good it feels to be in touch with our natural radiance. What would it feel like to reclaim our greatest, brightest inner radiance today? At this moment, I invite us all to imagine that we just inherited this super abundant, overly generous, non-selfish sunlight quality. Our main job is simply to radiate our loving light into everyone and everything of this world. No matter how the people respond to you, simply continue shining the same glorious love and light from within. Now imagine how you'll feel after doing this for 24 hours. How would your life change if you shone like the sun for an entire week? How would your conversation be different? What would your face look like if you saw it in a mirror? There already is an immense energy inside each and every one of us right now, which we get to spread in whatever direction we choose. We can shine it on what we want or shine it on what we don't want. And the opportunity is always for us to jump on right here, right now. The first step in cleaning any fog or old rainstorm pattern you may be in is to first admit that this brilliant sun-like energy is somewhere inside you. Then, choose to focus on it, love it, honor it, and appreciate it as often as you can. The more time you spend focusing on it, the more you'll see and feel an increase of its power. What's really fun is that the more often that we share it with others, the more we feel it inside ourselves and realize that we have an infinite supply to give away. You may find that smiling, laughing, eye-gazing, and physically reaching out to touch others are often the best ways to transmit this sacred energy. What's really fun is that the more often you share it with others, the more you feel it inside you and realize that you have an infinite supply to give away. Smiling, laughing, eye-gazing, and physically reaching out to touch others are often the best ways to transmit this sacred energy. It's recognizing in our journey in this life that many of the things that we take for granted are where our true power is, within these bodies. And since so many of us are we're still reaching outside of ourselves to seek the answers that have always been within, we don't see that. The sun is a sentient being, just like we are. And we have the light. And a lot of us don't really understand or even believe that we are the light. So the best way to transmit the sacred energy that we are in these bodies, smiling, laughing, eye-gazing, and physically reaching out to touch others, some of the best ways to transmit this sacred energy. You see, all of us aren't here for a happenstance. We're not a mistake. We're here to wake up the others. It's part of our mission. I'm not saying that they're all going to wake up, but some will. And the more we shine our light on those that are asleep, the better chance they have of waking up. Not conversation. I'm not talking about conversation or putting a full court press on someone to wake up or smell the coffee. Just by intending, smiling, laughing, eye-gazing, and physically reaching out to touch others, best ways to transmit our sacred energy. So if you will, go to the place where you're not going to be interrupted. I'm sure that we all are. Always the first thing. Relax the body you're in. Head to toe, inside and out. Remember that these bodies we're in are like a magnetic sponge. And they absorb everything. A lot of the things they absorb, you don't even know they're absorbing. And this is where the stress and the tension and the irritability, and because it's all stored. Since you've been in that body, since that body was a baby body, it's been absorbing everything and storing it in the subconscious mind, which is our library. You imagine that? Every conversation while you were in that baby body was being stored by the subconscious mind. All the way through, as the body grew, all the conversations and everything stored in the subconscious mind. That's why it's so vast. Each of our libraries are so vast. They're endless. There doesn't seem to be any walls because there's so much stuff in them. And a lot of the stuff isn't even ours. It's just other people's stuff that the subconscious mind copied and stored. All the things that the ego mind shoves out, right? The subconscious mind copies and stores it. This is why people will find that through life they keep dragging things, heaviness. And a lot of times they don't know why. And they don't know what it is. And oftentimes people don't know this, but they're dragging past lives and situations and experiences with them into this life. And those are in the subconscious mind. So to relax the body is to still the mind, the ego, and the subconscious mind. That's where the body will let go. These stresses, these fears, these anxieties, these angers, these irritations, and the body will let go. How is that done? The breath. The breath is magic. The breath is divine positive energy. Many of us take our breath for granted, like many things. But the breath, when we enter these bodies, we power them up. The lungs start to function, the heart starts to pump, so on and so forth. And as we power them up, then oxygen is created so that the body can sustain itself, so that we can stay in it to experience physical life in this physical form. So when we focus on the now, easy breath in through the nose, easy breath out through the mouth, we still the ego and the mind. We still the subconscious mind. We leave them alone. We leave the mind alone. All of that chatter that we each have, that mind chatter, it's not there when you're in the now and the body relaxes. And another thing, see, we send out to the universe over 60,000 thoughts every day. I'm not saying that we're really cognizant to every single one of those thoughts, because we're not. Also, we have millions and millions of thoughts that fly by us like clouds in the sky. The majority of those thoughts aren't ours. They're like programs. They're everybody else's thoughts that's ever been on this planet for thousands of years. And so we understand that for that to go away, you're in the now. You see what happens? All of it, you're not hiding it. You're not trying to, push it under the carpet. It's just not there. You're not in that space. You're in the now, moment to moment, the breath, as you take it in and as you let it out. And it's so important for us to, in our own way, to discover this. Because that's actually the key that opens the door to the room within that is your God, the God that you are. Most of us find it very difficult to stay in the now more than 5 to 10 minutes, if that. And it's important for us to be gentle, kind, generous, and humble with ourselves at all times. And being the highest of the highest high, the deepest of the deepest deepest, and the purest of the purest purest. Eternal gratitude at all times. But we still everything by going into the now through our breath. And this is what we want. Now, the ego mind is going to sit there pounding on you. Oh, this is boring. What are you doing this for? Oh, come on. Move on. Get out of this. Let's go have some fun out there in the physical material world. I'm bored. I need more things. I want more stuff. I'm not satisfied with myself or anything else. So I've got to go out there and find things that will satisfy me. And this is the ego mind that's never satisfied. Because it won't go in the now, guys. It knows if it goes in the now, it won't exist. And you know that when you go in the now, it doesn't exist. So doesn't it make sense? It will do everything it can to keep us out of the now. Each one of us. Distraction, create distractions, frustrations, irritations, disappointments, whatever. But we must continue to choose to stay in the now. It is a choice. And this is the only way we can master the ego mind and the subconscious mind. See, the subconscious mind, you master the subconscious mind by being in the now, and you're just a watcher, not a judger. And what happens is you see how they work. And then you could go in, and by being in the now, in the moment to moment, and then you can literally clean out a lot of the stuff that's accumulated in the subconscious mind so that it's fresh and ready to take in things that you want it to take in. So you fill it with positive things. And see, I understand, they replay. See? So when you fill it with positive things, those positive things will replay and fill you through positivity and increase the abundance line from the universe to you. Now picture 3 paths in front of you. You're standing in the center, which is the now. The left path is the past. The right path is the future. Now, as you're looking to determine for yourself, what path are you going to take? You look at the paths, and they're pretty much alike. And you see that these trees have formed a canopy over each path. And they're shimmering gold, and the leaves are gold, and the bark and the branches. And you see the path itself is a brilliantly bright emerald green flaming grass. It appears to be grass. You look at them all, and you're saying, what? The past path looks really worn, and so does the one on the right, the future. And then you look at the now path, and you say, this doesn't even look like it's been used. And that's true. Now, your curiosity, we all go in the past, go in the future. But our curiosity would be, well, these are all, been there, but I'm curious to know what it's like to be in the now. But the ego mind's there, see, and the ego mind says, oh, no, go in the past. Go in the past and just kind of hang out there. Or go in the future so you can find out what's going to be coming to you. So this is what we do. We'll go into the past. Take that path, because it's been worn, so we know a lot of people have done it. And we go into the past, and we enter our subconscious library. Open the door, turn on the light, go to the shelves, pick up some movies, some books and pictures, go in the easy chair and start watching the movies and reminiscing. Enjoying moments in our past life on things that we did that we really enjoyed doing. It's fun. Even going over the things that we really didn't enjoy doing, that reminds us that we don't care to do those again. But we have fun with that, and we'll do it because we reminisce and we're nostalgic, and we could be driving somewhere, listening to music or talking to somebody, and it just kind of comes over us. We visit it. But we don't stay there. We will put everything back on the shelf, turn off the light, shut the door, move forward in life. But some of us will. Some of us, and I don't believe it's conscious, I believe it's unconscious, some of us will stay there so long that they end up bringing it into a future that doesn't exist, create that future from that past, and relive that past in that future. And this is why a lot of people will say, no matter what we do, we always seem to end up here. That's why. Now you look at the other path, you see the future. I want, and they go, I want to find out what's happening and what's going to be happening with me. Don't we all get that way at times? If we only had a crystal ball. How many times have you said that, or you hear someone else or your parents say that? If we only had a crystal ball, or I don't have a crystal ball. I remember years ago when I was a kid, my mother would say that. I don't have a crystal ball, so I can't tell you. So we're looking for a crystal ball in the future, and we go in the future and say, what's a crystal ball? And we seek others' advice and others' outside opinions and information. And we're hoping that that gives us the answers that we need to tell us what our future is going to be like. And then when it doesn't quite happen the way we were told, we get upset, irritated, frustrated, and disappointed. We suffer because we have expectations. Because someone that we think is credible told us this about our future. So then we believe it. And because it doesn't happen when we want it to happen, we throw our hands up in the air and say, oh, well, yeah, that was a bunch of crap. Yeah, they told me a bunch of crap. It didn't work. Didn't happen. So the now really and truly is where everything happens, and it is really all we have. You cannot guarantee to anyone, absolute, without a shadow of a doubt, that you're going to wake up tomorrow morning. You can't. And you know it, too, because you feel that. And when you say that to yourself, can I really say that to somebody? Can I really? Without any doubt whatsoever. No, you can't. This is why we have the now. The now is so precious and so sacred because it allows us to master these illusions that usually master us in this life. The ego mind and the subconscious mind. It also eliminates all bondage, all worry, all stress, all fear, all anxiety, all of it's gone because we're not there. We're not mixing it up in the head with the ego mind and subconscious mind. We're in the heart. We're in the now. Now, if you were to look inside the body you're in, okay, and you saw these 7 lights from the tailbone to the top of the head, beautiful lights. Everyone's different color. And they're not like the lights on this planet. They're just much more vibrant and deep. And we say, well, what are they? On this planet, they're called chakras. And the definition of chakra is wheel. Wheels of light. Spirit etheric energy. And we, the gods we are in this body, these bodies, are spirit etheric energy. Omnipotently powerful. So we flow through these. We flow through the body. We know everything there is to know about these bodies, head to toe, inside and out, right down to the quantum core. Right in this now, we know everything about these bodies. It's just that the majority of this civilization hasn't gone within and hasn't discovered that yet. And when we do, each of us, because we will finally come to the full conclusion that we can heal these bodies in the blink of the eye. That's how powerful the gods that we are within them. And that's the way it was meant and designed. We just got amnesia. So we are the power of healing. Now, we know we're not the body, we're not the name, we're not the character, we're not the personality, we're not our belongings, our status. We're the God, the kingdom of God. Source light energy. Creator. Heaven. So when we come into these bodies, we're heaven on earth. Soul's heaven, body's earth. And we're consciously aware, which means we know that we are of and from the highest of the highest high, the deepest of the deepest deepest, and the purest of the purest purest eternal love. We know that. So every step we take, we're creating paradise, literally. And, as we talked today in this meditation, We are the sun. And we're shining our light everywhere we choose, flooding the planet, saturating all life, permeating it, with the highest of the highest high, the deepest of the deepest deepest, purest of the purest purest, eternal love. Everywhere. Those that are asleep still have the light, but they have a curtain thrown over it. And we're literally creating a God-planet paradise. All the vileness, all the pure evil is leaving the planet. Can't sustain itself. So what does something like that do? It runs. It evades. On this planet, on it, in it, above it, and below it, there is no escape from this. They will vanish. So if you were to take a starship off outer space and so that the planet looked like a basketball, and you'd see that the planet glowed. I mean, for goodness sakes, there's 8 billion gods in humanoid form. And it doesn't matter if they're awake or asleep, because they're still shining the light. This doesn't include all the other physical form that we, the gods, are inhabiting on this planet. And you would notice that it glowed, and it glowed very bright. And you would notice that all the lights in the universe paled in comparison. It'd be like a lit candle in a dark room. Dim, dim, dim. So a God-planet paradise that glows. And that's what we're transforming this planet into. On it, in it, above and below it, all life, the highest supreme value in the universes. Now, since we know that some of us are asleep, that are parts of us, the gods that we are, we deeply love them just as much as we deeply love the parts that are awake. And just don't participate. They'll choose to awake when they choose to awake. Now, the numbers are in the Googleplex. The Googleplex will fill this universe with not even 1 square inch of sacred space to spare. These are trillions of Googleplexes through trillions of universes. Now, this is all the light energy beings and all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. This is the Ascended Masters: Kuan Yin, Maitreya, Buddha, Lakshmi, Ganesh, Gaia, Saint Germain, Christ, El Morya, Abundantia, Pel, Thoth, Yahweh, Yeshua, Archangels, Cherubim, Seraphim, Archetypes, Off-worlders, Celestials, Galactics, all of our loved ones who have ascended out of body in this lifetime and all lifetimes that we've inhabited. All the inhabitants of inner earth, hollow earth, Agartha, and beneath her. All of this, all of the gods assembled at all times. Doesn't make any difference if you were to view that, there's a part of me that's 800 billion light years away. But it isn't separate. You see? We're always one. We're never separate. The body gives you the feeling or the appearance of separation. You just kind of look at it like all of us are gods, extensions of the one God, all experiencing all forms of life continuously. But still one. Now we're all gathered, so to speak, as one, in full compassion, non-judgment, non-negativity, non-ego, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity, humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, benevolence, prosperity, abundance. And we're all one. And we're all God. And we're all love. And our God, force, love, light, energy is in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. It continues to grow. It continues to expand. And it continues to intensify. We immediately form a massive circle of white fire light around the equator of this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, and this now. Massive. And where does it come from? The God light within us, the pure consciousness, the kingdom of God, the deep eternal love, highest of the highest high vibrational frequency. And it's saturating, permeating, and flooding this planet. On it, in it, above it, and below it. Endlessly. Infinity and beyond. We begin to ascend above the planet. As we do, we're met with this massive ocean of glitter. Now, it's not like you would see, if you pictured an ocean of glitter on this planet, it wouldn't come close. This ocean of glitter, described in three parts, in a combination of the three, is if we had a grand finale fireworks display, 1 trillion times more intense than the ones we've had on this planet, and the same with a laser light show, grand finale display, and with the ballroom globe that we're familiar with that spins and reflects the light everywhere, spreads it and blasts it everywhere. Except this was 1 trillion times larger and 1 trillion times more intense. Now, if you were to bring them all together in one massive crescendo, this would be as close as we would get to describing the ocean of glitter. Now, we're curious, so we go to the reflective points of this ocean of glitter, and we notice these little tiny microscopic perfectly etched mirrors. We enter them, and we discover that all of us, everywhere and nowhere, are learning and teaching and learning. We're teaching each other, we're learning from each other. It's a constant, infinity and beyond. We're never not. We were told the tree was life, right? But actually, in actuality, the God that enters that tree gives that tree life so that the God can experience the physical life of the tree. To be in that physical life and experience it. It's no different than anything else on this planet. Dog, cat, bird, they're all teaching. We're all learning, teaching, back and forth. But we really don't, sometimes you say, Barney's is teaching us something. But we really don't focus on it. We don't meditate on it and say, that rock that I'm looking at, what would it be like to be that rock? Or that bug crawling across the floor. I wonder what it would be like to be that bug, just for an instant. And you focus, and you'll know what it's like to be anything. I kid you not. Try it. See what happens. We're immediately met with the emerald green flaming healing light of Archangel Raphael. This is a column of light that we created to remind us all, the gods that we are within these bodies, that we are the power of healing. We're then met with the violet blue purple flaming light of Archangel Michael. This is a column of light that we created to remind us all, the gods that we are within these bodies, that we are omnipotently powerful, omnipotently strong, and omnipotent resolve. We are then met with the white fire. This is a column of light that we created to remind us all that from head to toe, inside and out, 24/7, infinity and beyond, we are protected by a white fire armor. This white fire armor is nothing like the armor on this planet. It's way beyond that. And it emanates from the God force love light energy within each and every one of us, the highest of the highest high vibrational frequency. So no demon possession, no attachments, no lower dark matter, survival matter frequency invasion. We are protected 24/7 and fitting and beyond. Always have been. But only you have the power that if you do decide to consciously or unconsciously, you do decide to lower your vibrational frequency through anger, hate, greed, revenge, hurriedness, manipulation, dishonesty, worry, stress, fear, you will lower your vibrational frequency low enough to create a breach in your white fire armor, enough so to allow lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies to come flooding in. And the opportunities, the possibilities of demon possession, attachment, and many other things are possible. If you do decide to do this, you're immediately met with a double column of light. First part of this column of light is the purple transmuting flame. We created this part of the column of light to remind us all that we can bring in the purple transmuting flame. We can transmute all these lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies into neutral light substance, sending them to pure consciousness where they are no more. We are then met with the second part of this column of light, the violet ray. We created this part of the column of light to remind us all that we can bring in the violet ray right behind the purple transmuting flame. We can cleanse and purify the area where these lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies were, sealing the breach in our white fire armor, restoring our vibrational harmony to the highest of the highest high, deepest of the deepest deepest, purest of the purest purest, eternal love, gratitude, and peace. We are then met with the golden white pink light. This is a column of light that we created to remind us all, the gods that we are within these bodies, that we are the sun. We are the sunlight. We are the rain and the rainbows. We are the sunsets and sunrises. We are the oceans, the rivers, the lakes, the streams. We are the trees and the forest and the soil and the animals. We are the skies and the clouds. We're everything. Everything is us. We've been taught that we're separate. So when we see something, we say, isn't that beautiful, like a sunset or a sunrise or a rainbow? But in actuality, it is you. When you see it, that is the God that I am. Through the heart-mind, not the head. Always through the heart-mind. That is the God that I am. You see a rushing stream or river. That is the God that I am. It's a whole different understanding. And this is where we're heading. We were there before. We will be there again. And at that time, we will stay there. We continue to ascend above the planet. Some of us step outside our physical form, hover effortlessly above it if we're carrying physical form. The reason we do this is because it's so fun, and we can. We come into full contact with this massive crystalline light tower. We created this tower. It's larger than the solar system and beyond. Now, in the center of the column, we notice this massive oblong sphere. In the center of the sphere is this humongous golden white ball of light. It is surrounded by numerous multicolored rings of light that seem to go into infinity and beyond. Now, they, in turn, have created this super bright, white, misty, sparkling, electrified, just absolutely stupendous, vaporish cloud. And it's absorbed through our heart minds. And it feels like a warm embrace that never ends. Now, we discover that the golden white ball of light is the highest of the highest high, the deepest of the deepest deepest, and the purest of the purest purest, eternal love. Then comes well-being, gratitude, gentleness, kindness, generosity, and humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, benevolence. Massive, massive, massive prosperity. Humongous abundance. And we discover that all of that is a reflection of the God that we are within these bodies. Now, at the top of this column, we designed it so the golden ocean can come cascading down 360 degrees, 24/7, infinity and beyond. What is golden ocean? It's the highest of the highest high, the deepest of the deepest deepest, and the purest of the purest purest. Eternal love. And it's saturating, flooding, permeating this planet, on it, in it, above it, below it, all life, the highest supreme value in the universe. We are drops of this golden ocean. Golden ocean is the drops of the golden ocean. We also hold the essence of this golden ocean. And the only illusion is separation. We see our meditative sphere, it's that center circle. We created this sphere over 4 years ago. It holds over 1,800 of our meditations in perpetual motion. Hundreds of millions of us on and off world, focused on this planet and the outer rim of the Milky Way galaxy for its complete liberation. Now, these meditations don't wane, disappear, or anything. They grow, they intensify, and they continue to expand. Can you see why there's no escape? Can you see why it's an inevitability on this planet, on what is occurring? Complete transformation. Highest of the highest high, vibrational frequencies, saturating, permeating, flooding everything. There's no escape. No escape. Evaporating all of the lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies from this planet. Going on right now. Continue to do so until it is completely eliminated. Permanently. Never to return. That's spectacular. Magna glorious. Phenomenal. You can feel the joy in your heart mind right now. Feelings are what make this life extremely rich and juicy. They give our life dimension and create a more intimate and personal experience of reality. Our feelings enable us to heal ourselves as well as accept the infinite mystery of life. For today, allow yourself to let down your protective shields with the world and explore how you really feel about yourself, others, and the world today. Give yourself permission to feel everything and anything you can. Invite in and explore every type of feeling that comes into your body today. Confront the feelings you've been avoiding. Breathe deeply into them. Sit with them and simply feel them. Keep your mind and heart open to this rich, rewarding, egoless experience. This is your turn to be emotionally free. Trust your feelings. Stop resisting them. Dive into each one with an open heart full of curiosity, wonder, and courage. When you stop trying to manage and control your emotions, they will transform you from the inside out. I'll join you in the meditation. Return to close us out. Take an easy breath in through the nose and an easy breath out through the mouth. Be still. Our real power in this life doesn't come from money, prestige, material luxuries, or physical strength. These things can all be taken away from any of us at any time. True power comes from that which is permanent. It is found by discovering that one thing that cannot change or be destroyed. So our assignment for today is to focus on that one thing which does not change or die in this life. It is not far away. In fact, it's closer than any of us can imagine. It's closer than our next thought. By accessing our real power, we are no longer victims to issues from our past or trying to manage who we will become in the future. To find our real source of power is to look inward to where the source of our consciousness is coming from. This subtle energetic fountain of bliss is who we are. Take this precious day today and explore who and what you truly are, and pay close attention to this infinite stream of consciousness and surrender to the flow of its permanent and unchanging awareness all day long. Take this with you for the rest of the day and to the evening and night and the following morning. We will return here Sunday, March 13th, 2022, 3 p.m. Eastern, to continue our global guided meditation call.